All right, welcome back everybody to Altcoin Daily, where of course you subscribe for our daily videos, keeping you informed on everything that goes on with Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, the whole market. Let's jump right into it. The days go by slowly, the months go by a little bit faster, and of course the years go by even faster in this space. And we are in the early days of what will come to be known as a cryptocurrency revolution, a Bitcoin revolution, just like how back in the early 90s, if you were involved, you were in the early days of the internet revolution, the information revolution, where the internet changed the way we trade and consume and store and interact with information and data. Bitcoin is changing the way we consume and store and interact with money. And cryptocurrency is changing a lot more than that. I have a great video prepared for you today. I'm going to do a little Twitter poll, provide you with news, perspective, analysis, just like always. And if you appreciate videos like this, if you want to stay a part of a channel that breaks things down, makes it easy to understand, make sure you subscribe to this channel. But also, guys, make sure you like the video. Liking our videos, it's a small thing you can do. It truly does help our channel grow. Now let's get into it. Let's take a quick look at the market. So Bitcoin continues to make moves. So right now Bitcoin has rallied up to about $8,000. We've been consolidating for the past several hours. But the majority of Bitcoin traders and investors, I think, were secretly hoping that Bitcoin's price would correct all the way down to maybe $6,000 or lower, which would provide them an ample opportunity to accumulate for maybe a bigger bull run later this year. Well, their hopes were dashed earlier today when Bitcoin surged from about 7,200 all the way above 8,000, and right now we've been consolidating around $79,000, $8,000. And let's switch to the day chart and check some resistance and support levels. So of course, resistance, support, this is one factor of many, many factors. But if Bitcoin were to continue to go forward, well, if Bitcoin were to continue to push upwards, the first level of resistance is being met right now. It's about at 8,300. And we've tested that throughout the past week a few different times. And you can see this was again where Bitcoin was topping off back in July of 2018, where we couldn't push past this point. And even further back, this was support for us. So it's support turned resistance, continues to be resistance. Of course, if we were to push past this mark, we would be hitting some resistance starting at about 9,200, going all the way up to about $10,000. And you can see that this $92,000 to $10,000, this is where we topped off back in April of 2018, and it was support and resistance even further back than that. So that's what we have to look forward to if we continue to move upwards. I actually bought some more Bitcoin around 7,200, 7,300 because I didn't want to miss the boat. I already had the majority of my core position taken out that I was cost averaging around these levels, but I went in again right here. So right now my portfolio is still up, and we've been rising for quite a while. So it wouldn't surprise me if we had a greater pullback. I mean, this pullback we had yesterday because of that large sell order on Bitstamp, not really the pullback I think we were all looking for. We were really looking to get lower so we could accumulate more. Now, if we do go lower, these are our support levels. So we have some support around 6,000 to 6,500. This provided us with tons of support back in the day in 2018, and virtually no resistance just about a week or two ago. So we'll see if that holds. Now, after that, we had some accumulation happening around 5,200, but really the major support is gonna occur around 4,500 for a variety of reasons. It's our realized cap, it's our 200-day moving average, stuff we've talked about on this channel quite often. So hopefully if you've been subscribed to us for the past couple of months, you already know this. And then after that, we have some support around 3,800, and of course the 200-week moving average is also around 3,500 at this point. So maybe 35 to 3,800, 4,500, maybe 5,200 and 6,000. Well, here's where I'm going to ask you guys. Let's ask the community. Some of you have been involved in crypto for years. Some of you have been involved with Bitcoin for months. What is the lowest we can expect to see Bitcoin test going forward? What is the lowest price that Bitcoin could retrace to? Do you think we go no lower than 6,000, 4,500, 3,800, or perhaps maybe we go lower? I'm going to tweet this out. Link is in the description. So participate in this poll at the end of our video, and it's going to be interesting to see the results. Let's move forward. Ladies, gentlemen, we are pretty much a year away from the Bitcoin halving. And that is a significant time where the Bitcoin block mining rewards will be cut down. Right now they're 12.5. They're going to be cut down to 6.25. And it increases our stock to flow ratio. It increases our scarcity. And the fact that Bitcoin is unprintable and reminds us all just how scarce Bitcoin is. Well, I want you to think about it like this. This is only the third, in 1 year from now, it'll be the third halvening that Bitcoin has ever had. And let's see how the price changed in the other two. So the price 1 year before the first halvening was $2.55. 1 year after the first halvening was $1,000. The price 1 year before the second halvening was $268. The price 1 year after the second halvening was $2,525. Well, here we are today. The price 1 year before the third halvening is $7,100. The prior two cycles, Bitcoin saw exponential growth 1 year after the halvening. Is that going to be the case for the next one? I think either way. Bitcoin's price 1 year after the halvening will be a hell of a lot more than what it is right now. Whether we'll go exponential or not, I don't know. I think that's a strong possibility. That's kind of what we're all thinking. So we'll see. It is exciting times. The fact that we understand Bitcoin and cryptocurrency a lot earlier than the general public. Now let's talk about this. So you've already seen this, but let's talk about it. You've already seen this Drop Gold Grayscale commercial. This is a highly produced, really interesting, great commercial that Grayscale is putting out nationally for Bitcoin. So they just dropped this on May 16th. This was 3 days ago. We're going to check up on it. So they tweeted out, excited to share the Drop Gold TV spot that you have seen. It will begin airing nationally today on the 16th during commercial breaks on AMC, Comedy Central, Fox Business, Fox News, FX, IFC, National Geographic, the NFL channel, Paramount, and Sundance. What is Sundance? Is that the film festival? Is that a network? Well, here's the thing. It's airing on cable. It's airing on network. And if you're involved in the industry, like I am, you have resources at your hand. So one of these is iSpot.tv, where you can check on the status of commercials that play. Well, why would anybody want to check on the status of a commercial? Why would anybody want to check on the status of a commercial? Well, you'd really only want to know the analytics of a commercial if you produced the commercial, or you acted in the commercial, or you're somewhere tied to the business. So let's check this out for Grayscale. So since this was released nationally 3 days ago, it has had 58 national airings in 3 days, most recently on the NFL Network, which was just yesterday. And yesterday I checked before this one occurred, and it had just played on Fox News. So only 3 days out, we've had almost 60 national airings. That's not even to count the local or regional airings. So this commercial, it's going to change people's minds. You know, we're kind of seeing the snowball of a process where Bitcoin just gets, the awareness factor just goes up in society exponentially. And just like we saw that with the internet from 1994 to 2001, that the same thing is happening with Bitcoin. I like that. Now let's pivot a little bit. This is kind of more educational. I just want to show you this. This was found on Our Bitcoin. But it's about altcoins. So this is an example about how mining distribution looks like. An example of how mining distribution looks like. So shortly before a 51% attack is imminent, this time with Bcash, this is what it could look like. Now, Bitcoin Cash will probably not suffer a 51% attack. We'll go over that in a second. But this is the mining pool, and you can see how one BTC.top controlled the other day 53% of this mining pool. Now, this is what would happen if 51% attack could be imminent. This is not going to happen with Bitcoin Cash, so let's go over that. So 80% plus of that hash power is controlled in Bitcoin Cash, and Bcash. This is not the case with Bitcoin, but with the altcoin known as Bitcoin Cash. 80% plus of that hash power is controlled by a federated group of Bcash actors, Roger Ver, Bitmain, and their underlings via BTC.top, which is, you know, what we saw up here. And they're not going to attack their network because they don't want their network to fail. And this just shows that Bitcoin Cash is highly centralized. Moving on, another bad actor in the space, BitConnect 2.0 will be back soon, according to their website, 42 days. So BitConnect, giant Ponzi scheme. Tons of people lost money. You can go back on YouTube. not only seeing a lot of people promoting it, but after it failed, after the exit scam, a lot of these same YouTubers, maybe not the most famous ones, but you can see videos of people basically saying, I lost it all. I thought this was my ticket to retirement for my family, but I lost everything. And keep in mind, guys, when this opens, the people who are going to get rich with this are already in. The people who are really going to make money are already in. Even on day one, if you were to get in, I bet that would really be too late. And be prepared to lose it all if you choose to participate in this Ponzi. Finally, I wanted to share with you, you can see this all the time if you're subscribed to some of the cryptocurrency or Bitcoin subreddits. But it seems to me that over the past couple years, the people who are truly adopting Bitcoin, as far as accepting Bitcoin for payments, are like the small businesses, especially in countries all over the world, but especially maybe underdeveloped countries. For instance, cars are able to be rented here in the Dominican Republic for Bitcoin. Very interesting. And we're seeing this pop up more and more with small businesses as opposed to larger businesses. I actually think the big corporations, Pepsi, Amazon, they're going to be more later to the party than a lot of these small businesses. And of course, why Bitcoin? Well, here's your 1-minute elevator pitch. I'm going to leave a link to this at the very end. Feel free to give this out to your friends or family or just read it yourself. Well, why Bitcoin? It's all about digital scarcity, and you can go over that. So that is it for me today, my friends. My name is Aaron. This is Altcoin Daily. Guys, it's going to be a great year. None of us ever expected that this is what would happen to the price. A lot of us were in disbelief. We still are in disbelief because we're still waiting to see how low we are going to test. But it is a great year, my friends.